G'day guys, welcome to Sill Garage. You're watching the second video in the series for the Deep Ivy Landau restoration. So let's have a little reminder of what we're up to and what we're going to be doing in this video, shall we? So in this episode we're going to be dealing with the sills. I do believe there's enough here to actually salvage them rather than do a full replacement. There's quite a bit of work to do on the back. The metal's quite decent. And of course the front's going to need to be made from scratch. So in order to do so we're going to have to remove the driver's A-pillar, of course, but we're going to start with the back, I think. We look inside. Here's a bit of replacement inner sill section that I've done previously when I replaced the entire floor pan and chassis bars, and I've done some basic welding on the inside of the tubs here as well. Can't really see that the best. You can see where it's all been joined up and where I've done a few patches. So moving forward, I need to cut out this section of sill which is rusty, then get a new profile made up out of some existing sill. So here are some solid sections of sill that I've cut from the parts car. I'm going to work with that for the replacement sections here. So let's have a bit of a look in here. It does actually have a few holes on the inner part of it. This means I'm going to have to cut all this section of the outer quarter out so that I can repair that deeper inside. And then I'll either put a new section or replace that back on depending on conditions. So a little bit more work to do. Now you can see a bit better the missing piece here. This is partially missing, that is a drain hole here, but I want to replicate that. And that will finally do it. There's enough cut out, there's enough solid steel remaining. Take care of that. Now after cutting the back of the wheel arch off, I've got full access to the sill. See the spot welds now. just lining the replacement sill up here, and right at this part is where I'm going to have to do an approximate cut. I'll cut that out, then I'll trim the rest of this off, take it from there. So I've got it basically mocked in place. I obviously have to do a whole bunch of trimming to neaten it up and close the gaps. So I'm going to take care of that now. Some very basic markings. All of that's going to be cut out, cut away. All along here, that will be folded over. Then this will have another edge here that gets folded over. So I'm going to trim that as well. And we'll replicate that to look like a regular sill. I left a little bit extra for folding, but that will basically have its edge folded around like so, and it will more or less fit in like it's meant to. So as you can see, that all lines up there. This template piece also lines up in line with our marking. So I can happily make that folds all the way going down now. So I'm now going to start folding this piece over. Get this out of the way, bend it back later. So as I start to flatten this over, this is starting to straighten out, so I'm going to use the shrinker along here just to help assist, and I found that a bit of heat usually helps. We'll keep on tapping that over now whilst it's got a bit of heat. You can see it's getting a similar edge. I'm struggling with a small shrinker. I'm going to start working with a big one. Now that the shape is basically there, I need to trim that off, which will help assist me with that rest of that curve. The shape is now very close to each other. A little bit more fine tuning and good to go. The curvature is still a bit straight, so we're going to shrink that some more as well. That's looking somewhat better. Looking a lot better. Maybe a little bit more down the bottom. That's looking pretty good now. Just got to trim it. So it's got to get a cut about there. And that's got to be trimmed roughly like so. And there we have it. So moving on to the next piece, I actually need to make this bracket that sits at the end of the sill. So I might make a cardboard template of the basic shape and then create a cutout from that. I've also got to make a little cutout like a drainage hole on the base of the sill too, and we'll sort that out at the same time. With that template cut out, I'll just transfer that onto some sheet steel and start knocking it over and cut it all out. Here's a piece all cut out. Start folding it over. Still need to stretch this some more, but that's more or less got its shape now. Got to fold these over some more and flatten that out, but it's more or less there. So let's do a rough line up compared to an original Sill and see how close we are. Not too bad. Looks as though I need to push this corner in some more and maybe trim that edge. And I need to fold this over some more, but this part here seems to be more or less close enough. Let's keep going. And there it is, all fits in place. So you can see here how this fits quite nicely now. There is one more job to do, however. So on this inside line here, we need to make a cut. Then drop that down like so. And then raise that section up. So I think we'll look at using a couple of sharp cold chisels for that, and probably get a bit of heat on this as well to help make it easier to cut. So I'm going to cut it like so by impacting, and if we take a bit of a look there, you can see I've got that cut right on the edge next to the vise. So I'm going to get a lot of support from this side, so that should theoretically just slice through nice and easily. There we are. We also need to make some repairs to this little sill brace that's rusted down the bottom, and also need to clean up a few of these welds from where the replacement piece was added to the end. We'll do a rough mark up now, and we know that that's about there. Same on the other side. And that fits beautifully, ready to weld. And on that note, I can now lock it all in together. So I'm just going to make a couple of holes here and here and here, so that I can now spot weld that to the sill like so. Then we can look at installing it. Before I join these two together, I just need to make sure that they're matching at the correct height. I'll now weld that in place. Now you can see everything pretty much lines up. Ready to weld it all into place. Personally, when lining them up, I like to run a screwdriver across like so. If I can't feel any ridge, I'm satisfied. There's a little bit here, you can see it catches just on the bottom. But on this section here, it's pretty good. So I'm going to spot weld that, and I'm going to knock this bottom in a little bit. Keep going. And as we move our way across, done enough basic spot welds to hold it in place. Now it's time to weld it all around fully. There it is, welded up. Just going to grind it smooth and then finish it off with a flap disc and a paint stripper, and that'll pretty much complete the bottom of the sill. here is our finished product. Alright guys, so that's it for the second video of the Landau restoration. Join us for number 3, where I'm going to take care of the rest of the rear quarter and the wheel arches and the wheel tub as well. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Cheers! So it shows that it lines up with the mark. You prick. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Prick.